स्तं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं पितामह्यं ददाति स्वपदाङ्कितं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं शाग्रजातं सह गणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं शाद्वैतं शावदूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सह गणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो अष्टपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवति पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासां ततो दयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु बुद्धिषु नित्यं भागवत सेव्ये जय भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकं करोति आतानं तन्मो रङ्गवते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome all devotees. Today we are going to study about three shlokas, 5.1, 5.2 to 4. Reading from Canto 5, Chapter 15, Text 1, 2. Tasmat Viddhaye Senayam Devata Jinna Putro Bhavat. Translation. From Sumati, a son named Devatajit was born by the womb of his wife named Vruddhasena. There is no much explanation. I'll come back to explanation later. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 5.15.3. Ata suryam tatnayo devadyumnastato dhenumatyam sutaha parameshti tasya suvacharlam pratiha upajataha. Translation. Thereafter, in the womb of Asuri, the wife of Devatajit, a son named Devadumna was begotten. Devadumna begot in the womb of his wife Dhenumati, a son named Parameshti. Parameshti begot a son named Pratiha in the womb of wife Suvarchala. Move on to the next one. This is an important shloka. We'll well about this, much in this today's topic. Yayatma vidyam akaya swayam samasuddho mahapurusham anusmaraha. Translation. King Pratiha personally propagated the principles of self-realization. In this way, not only one, he was purified, but he became a great devotee of Supreme Person, Lord Vishnu, and directly realized him. Purport Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada. The word Anusmaraha is very significant. God conscious is not imaginary or concocted. The devotee who is pure and advanced realizes God as he is. Maharaja Paritiha did so, and due to his direct realization of Lord Vishnu, he propagated self-realization and became a preacher. A real preacher cannot be bogus. He must first realize Lord Vishnu as he is. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.34, Upaddikshanti te dhyanam dhyanitas tattvadarshinaha. One who has seen the truth can impart knowledge. The word tattvadarshi refers to one who has perfectly realized the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such person can become guru and propound Vaishnava philosophy all over the world. The paragon of bona fide features and gurus is Pratiha. Narayanam Namaskrutam Naranchayu Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam. So we continue to see the lineage of Priyavrata. So if you just recall, there is Vishnu. From Vishnu comes Brahma, and from Brahma comes two main sons, Manu and Uttanapada. And Swayambhu Manu has Priyavrata. Swayambhu Manu has two sons named Uttanapada and Priyavrata. And we saw Uttanapada's lineage, that is Dhruva and all, in the previous cantos. And this canto, we are seeing lineage of Priyavrata. So both being sons of exalted devotee Manu, Swayambhu Manu. So it's very important to see how, if one is a devotee, the whole lineage becomes full of devotees. Even though they have full opulences. So Priyarita had ruled over the entire kingdom, of earth. The entire earth was Priyavrata's kingdom. It's not like, hey, he's king of one grama, 5 gramas, one state, one country. No. He's the kingdom of entire Bhumandala. So his sons also ruled over entire kingdom of Bhumandala. So there was no shortage of opulence. But more importantly, opulence may be there, may not be there, but they had one quality. What is that quality? This is what here Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj. King Pratiha, who had the entire opulences, all the opulences in the world, what he can get, but still he became self-realized. And not only he became self-realized and sat in one place observing the Samadhi state. No, he propagated the principles of self-realization. And how did he do this? Because he understood Lord Vishnu perfectly, as it is. And it is not imaginary or concrete. So let us dwell upon this in today's session. So how a king should be, it's very important. How a controller should be. King is a controller, is a margadarshak, is an administrator. King has many roles to play. He's a father. Is a protector. Is a distributor. So king plays a very important role. Always had played a very important role in Vedic times, and still now also we see king is now maybe abolished, the monarchy may be abolished, but in democracy also the ministers, the chief ministers, the prime ministers, the presidents also play a very important role in the life of a common ordinary being. So Pratiha had the entire command at his disposal. But what did he choose? A king can have two paths. One path is, hey, I have this entire opulence. Let me enjoy. I do not care about my duty of taking care of the prajas, or okay, I'll take care as a duty. I'll delegate it to my ministers, but I will keep an enjoy. And if any problems come up, I will just solve them. Otherwise, that is one path which most of them follow. Most of the kings follow that. Most of the recent kings follow that, not the Vedic kings. But another path is the Vedic kings, the Devarshis, they called Rajarshis. Devarshi, Rajarshi. He's a Raja, but he's also a Rushi. In that category, Pratiha falls in. He will go after self-realization. Okay? He will go after self-realization, spends time on self-realization, understands the scriptures, consults the saints, the scriptures, everything, and personally understands the subject matter of Vedic sciences, the Vedas, and then realizes, very importantly, spends time in realization, contemplation, realization, and then he just starts to elevate his people spiritually. Very important. Elevating people spiritually. Because he self-realized, he knows who is Vishnu perfectly, and he knows, importantly, what are the benefits of realization of Vishnu and how we should spread the benefits of realizing Vishnu to his people. So that's why I told in the beginning, king plays all kinds of role. He's a father. So as a father, in Vedas or in Shastras, it is said, if one becomes father, immediately on that day onwards, responsibility starts. What is the responsibility? Father or mother, it doesn't matter. What's the responsibility? One should give this knowledge of self-realization. One should make that child at least give the knowledge of self-realization. Make him understand, hey, atato brahma jignas, make him understand, make him to question, make it the child to question, hey, who am I? And answer that question. You are the soul and you are the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that we have to make him understand. Then whether the child takes up that path or not, that is his or her own will. But as a father or as a parent, you have that responsibility. So king is also playing the responsibility of the role of father. Here, Pratiha is realized he could be completely in his kingdom, in his palace, and just spend that time in realization or in samadhi and do not care and just renounce and could have gone to forest for worshipping the Lord. He did not do that. That's very important. Please note that point. Here it is, that point is set. He became great devotee of the Lord. Okay. But at the same time, he propagated the self-realization. That's a lesson for all of us. That's a lesson for all of us. What's the lesson? Okay, first we realize that's more important. We should be convicted. Means conviction should be there. Conviction should be there for us. Hey, yes, we have realized the Lord. We know what is the benefits of self-realization of the Lord. And then we should propagate that. Especially in a position like parent or king, right? It's important that he propagates. What he should propagate? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tad paratvena nirmalam rishikesha rishikena sevanam bhakti ruchyate. You should propagate the bhakti. What is bhakti? What are the benefits of doing bhakti? So that is what. So when you realize, when king starts preaching, right, what will happen? You can imagine, right? Now, if you imagine, if king starts preaching, hey, follow Krishna consciousness. Come, let us study the scriptures. Let us associate the. See, the kingdom will be full of the saints will be revered. Saints of the kingdom will be taken care of. More temples will be built. More pandistas will be appointed. More prasadam preaching. Imagine that world where the king himself is a preacher. So how it percolates all the way to the bottom strata of the society. That is what King Pratiha did. King Pratiha did that. He propagated the knowledge. He just did not keep quiet. You have seen, so such kings are known as Raja Rishis. Raja means king, Rishis means same time, simultaneously they are saints also. You have seen several Raja Rishis in Bhagavatam. The first and foremost that comes to mind is Janaka Maharaj. He's a perfectly, fully realized soul. Perfectly, fully realized soul. For him, there is no need of taking care of the kingdom and doing the duty of the king. But to lead other kings, he stays in the kingdom, he administers, he rules over the kingdom. He's not interested. He's not interested. Janaka Maharaj was not interested. This is personally said by Sukadeva Goswami. So Sukadeva Goswami, after learning Bhagavatam, he was instructed to go and take principles from Janaka Maharaj. And you can see the position of Janaka Maharaj. Janaka Maharaj is the greatest soul who has realized the Supreme Personality of God. And Sukadeva Goswami confirms this. So he has no business of ruling the kingdom, but he rules to show an example how a king should be. Otherwise, we don't have any examples to look at all, right? And similar example is Pratiha also. So we have Janak Maharaj, who stated in Bhagavatam, in Ramayana Kanda, it comes, Canto. Then we have our own Yudhishthira Maharaj, how he ruled the kingdom. Perfect. He has seen the Lord, he has realized the Lord, he has interacted with the Lord, he had the Lord's blessings. And how was his ruling? Fully Krishna conscious. What are the benefits of this? So entire benefit of this is nature will start cooperating. Rains will come on time. It will not be too much, it will not be too little. Earth will start producing very good harvest. Mountains and rivers will start producing amazing minerals. Gold, silver, rubies will be so lot that you cannot imagine also. Or you did not take care of anything. Everything is taken care, and you just have to worship, become a devotee and start worshipping the Lord. That is what happens if Raja Rishis rule. And that is what here Pratiha is doing. But first and foremost important, Raja Rishi should realize himself first. Hey, who am I? Why have I come? What does Shastra say? Once he realizes, he should start respecting elders, start respecting teachers, he should start respecting the scriptures. And he should start preaching. And that is exactly what Pratiha did. There's steps to it. Directly, he did not jump into preaching. He started to self-realization first. He realized first. He practiced. Yet it's not given details how he practiced, what all the intensities he went through and all, but he practiced. He became a great devotee of the Supreme Person. How? It's not easy to become a great devotee of the Supreme Person. Yes, he had that lineage. He had his forefathers, starting from Priyavrata, passing on that. A devotee child will always become a devotee. But simply like that, oh, now he's born for a devotee, he'll become a devotee. No, he has to put his endeavor. And that endeavor should be there from the parents also to make him Krishna conscious. And the endeavor should also be from the child also to be Krishna conscious. It should be both ways. It's not one way. Both way. The parents also should endeavor and the child also should endeavor. Here, both way happen. And now Pratiha has become seriously self-realized. What is self-realization? Let us dwell on that. What is self-realization? Self means individual, we, I. Who are we? In material world, we identify ourselves with our body, with our position, with the wealth we have, with the beauty we possess, or any unique skill we possess. And we have that opulence, beauty, fame, wealth, strength, knowledge, whatever it is, right? And we go on propagating that. That's our identity. When Chaitanya Leela, Kashmiri Pandita from Keshav Kashmiri, right? It's an instance. I don't know how many of you remember. So Keshav Kashmiri is a very learned person. He has authority over the grammar. Authority over the grammar. He could compose songs in perfect grammar within seconds. That is what his opulence was. And whenever somebody asks Keshav Kashmiri, who are you? He would say, I'm a perfect grammarist. I can beat anybody in the world. And he started his Digvijaya Yatra. Digvijaya Yatra is he leaves his province, in this case Kashmir, and travels all over the India, defeating various scholars and getting Bahumanam from them. And if he defeats everybody, he gets a title. And nobody is like him in composing grammatically correct songs, grammatically correct prose, poems, whatever it is. So this Kashmiri Pandita, Keshav Kashmiri, travels along and he defeats each and every person. And it goes to that extent that people start to run away. What happens? Keshav Kashmiri comes to Navadvip and he gets defeated by Mahaprabhu. So what's the point here is real self-realization in case of materialist is always with respect to the opulence they possess, the quality they possess. Take for example anybody. If you go to a child and ask, okay, who are you? The child answers, I am so and so. I am studying in this standard. I am from this school. Maximum they can say, I am from the son or daughter of these parents. So that realization is bodily consciousness, the body realization. If you ask a grown-up man or a woman, working or non-working, they tell, okay, hey, I am so and so, a software engineer or a manager or a IAS officer in such department. So self-realization in this case is designation, position. Slightly higher you go in terms of society ladder. If you ask a prime minister, if you ask a chief minister or president, hey, I am the president, I have. So they identify self-realization as position. So that's what we realize. They identify themselves with the power, with the position. And that is why they cling on to the power, the position. So once you identify yourselves with the power or position, that is what we want to identify ourselves. But devotees like Raja Rishis are not like that. They are not hung on to the chair. They're not hung on to the designation. They're not hung on to the throne. You can see classic case where Dhritarashtra. You don't think Dhritarashtra is an ordinary person. He was not an ordinary person. He had full knowledge. He had seen where he is a good politician. But what weakness he had is he wanted the position of a king. He wanted the position. And to that extent, he stayed as a king. Even when he was just a caretaker king, when Pandu Maharaj died, he was just a caretaker king. If he was perfectly self-realized and he applied it, then what he would have done is, the moment Pandavas are ready to rule, he would have given that up. And he would have given up the throne and handed over to Yudhishthira and said, it is the throne is his, I was just caretaking. And you have to advise your son, this is not since I am blind, my brother Pandu got the kingdom. If you want the kingdom, you are a Kshatriya, assemble a army, make a war, or you build another kingdom somewhere. I am least bothered with this. I am going for my self-realization. Or I will take whatever. He did not, but he was attached to the throne. And he continued to attach to the throne. In spite of knowing that if his sons are going to the battlefield in Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra, they will all die. He knows that. That's why the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita, he immediately knows that, but was hoping that his sons will defeat, or Pandavas only will renounce and give up. He was hoping, hope against hope. But what are all for this? One is the blind love he had for Duryodhana, but more above that is his desire for the position, power. On the other hand, see, devotee like Arjuna or Yudhishthira did not have even a tinge on power or position because they had self-realized. They knew their position is, hey, we are servants of Lord Krishna. Only he, as long as he is there, we are there. Our job is to serve him. Whatever he says, we should do. That's all. It doesn't matter. They had all the power in the world. Bhima had strength of 10,000 elephants. He could have easily defeated, ripped apart the armies. Arjuna was the greatest archeman, you see. And Yudhishthira was a religious person, very religious person, truthful. They could have defeated anybody, they could have done. But they underwent Ajnatavasa, Vanavasa, everything. And they had to bear. Because they knew who were they. They were the servants of the Lord. Similarly here, Pratiya also realized that he is a servant of the Lord. Looking up to his lineage, Priyavrata, all the way up to his father, all were devotees. And he used to realize, and he used to see from starting, hey, none of them are attached to their positions. None of them are attached to their power. None of them are attached to their designations. Now, if you see a small boy, he looks up to his father, grandfather, or any senior member of his family and says, I want to become like him. My father is an IPS officer. I want to become like an IPS officer. The children look up to their parents or anybody in that position, guardian or someone. So that was the environment Pratiha was brought up in. And he saw his seniors or his lineage persons behaving in that way, perfect way. We see many examples, right, of father in Bhagavatam, father giving away kingdom at a young age and going off. Vrishabhadev, very young, 25 to 30 years, called his sons and told, hey, this material world is a dirty place. Please follow. Please go on to spiritual path. I am going on. I am giving this kingdom to you. I'm going on. You also should come to spiritual. He advises. Similarly, Bharat Maharaj, at the age of 20 or 25, very engaged. He just calls his son, divides the kingdom, the entire kingdom. Bharat Maharaj was the ruler of the entire world. He comes, he rules, he divides the kingdom in eight, and just as once we leave the stool, we never look back. He never looked back at that kingdom. On the other hand, see Dhritarashtra, how attached to the position he was, that even though after getting defeated, his sons got killed by Pandavas. That is what Vidura comes and blasts Dhritarashtra. What? Your sons are no more. How can be you sitting in royal palaces and eating the royal food? And that to people who have killed your sons, giving the food to you. What kind of person you are. So that is extreme. That is no realization. Perfect material realization. I want to be happy. I want to have position and I want to be taken care of. Till my end day, I should be living the life of a king. That is what the Dhritarashtra's consciousness. But Pratiha's consciousness is not that. I am a king. I am realized now. He made effort to realize now I should start propagating. I should start propagating to my subjects. It is very important as a king. One should start realize first. We should realize that we are not the body, we are the soul. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shoshati na kamshati. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktam paramayagava. That means labate param. Brahma bhuta prasannatma. First I should realize and I should become happy because of realization. Hey, I am the servant of the servant of the servant. I am the servant of Supreme Person regarded. And when I start serving, I become happy. Brahma bhuta prasannatma. Not Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Bhuta is material realization. What all designations, power and all I told. Otherwise you'll get attached to that. You should not be Jiva Bhutas. You should progress from Jiva Bhuta state to Brahma Bhuta state. Brahma Bhuta Prasannat. Na shoshati na kamshati. I have no hankering, I have no lamentation. See, the king has no hankering, no lamentation. What state will be? That means he's not worried about his kingdom. It means expansion of the kingdom, I mean. If somebody comes, definitely he will fight. That is the dharma. But not expansion of the kingdom. Not after wealth, not after women, not after wine, not after any kind of intoxicants. Even though he has that. He could marry n number of persons. He could enjoy daily. See, a normal, in this material world, if you are Jiva Bhuta state, right? A normal tribesman, a Mongolian tribesman, Genghis Khan, you would have heard. I heard, that's a real history, he used to sleep with 2 or 3 women daily. A normal tribesman. Imagine the person who is ruling the world. He has that opportunity, but he did not take that opportunity. He went on, realizing with no, means he went on with no lamentation or no desire. No, na shoshati, lamentation, na kamshati, no desires. No material desires. Samasarveshu bhuteshu. He saw all as equal. That is all his. All subjects are equal. I should elevate them spiritually. Imagine your MP or MLA comes. Hey, I should elevate my constituency spiritually. I should build temples. I should distribute Bhagavad Gita. I should conduct the preaching classes. What a society will become. Imagine that society. That society is what Pratiha created. He started forming departments after departments for spreading the knowledge of Krishna. And people were amazed, realizing. And it is to be even what do you call? You should be lucky to be born in such Rajarshi's time and be their citizen. Imagine now what is happening. We are in Kali Yuga and all the representatives, or so-called Rajas, are all selfish, have only not self-realization, selfish realizations. And to be citizens in them is how much torturing. See, you work very hard, but still you'll get taxed heavy more. In Pratiha's time and all, I don't think so there is any tax. Because nature is to provide everything. Only job is to use the nature's facilities and start self-realizing. That's all. Use the facilities, start glorifying the Lord, celebrating the festivals, associate with devotees. That is all. But now, what is a torture for us? You see, we'll be waiting. Hey, when is the budget? Will that finance minister lower the target or there will be higher target? What kind of rule? Hey, will be taxed for our property, our everything or not? See, the anxiety will go up when the Raja is not a Rishi. But Pratiha was not like that. He was a perfect Rajarshi. He went on preaching himself. That means, as a king, you would have formed departments, you would have appointed preachers, you would have developed the metrics. Hey, how many people were preached? How many new people came into this stream? How are existing people doing? Is the prasadam distribution happening correctly? Are the temples built? That's why we have so many temples. We had many Rajarishis all over India. We had so many temples. When at least when I was young, they used to tell. Actually, it was told in a sarcastic way. India has more temples than schools and hospitals combined. That was derogatory way they used to tell. The Western media used to tell. Some Indians also believe that we should have more hospitals and education schools rather than temples. I think so. Now I don't know what is the statistics, but why that thing happened is people gave importance to self-realization. The kings, the rulers, the leaders gave importance to self-realization. That is why you see that effect. But now, as servants of Prabhupada, as missionaries of Prabhupada, as foot soldiers of Prabhupada, the application for us is, hey, first we should do our sadhana and realize ourselves, like Pratiha did. We should look up to the seniors. Who is our seniors? That is Guru Parampara. How they have come, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Prabhupada, how they have come all the way up, take and become self-realized, and then start preaching within our own realm. Maybe small, it may be big, but we should start preaching so that we elevate other people spiritually. So that is what we should do. That is what kings like Pratiha teaching us. If anybody is aspiring for an administrative post or aspiring for going to an administrative, this is Pratiha. Kings like Pratiha should be the role model. Self-realized soul, and he should preach. There should not be na shoshati, na kankshati. People in powerful positions should not have hankerings or should not have lamentation. If it comes, it comes. I'll use for my duty. If it goes, it goes. I let go. How many people are like that now? Oh, no, almost none. But people who are training their kids to go to that level, or people who are themselves at that level, should be doing this. So that is what King Pratiya is teaching us here. So that is what. So there are many Rajarishis whom India has had, or the world has had, because Rajarishis ruled all over the world. Prithu Maharaj, who Shakti Avjar, was himself a Rajarishi. Since the earth had declined to give, because King Vena had become so bad that earth was really dejected and stopped giving the plants. Imagine the situation. When you put a seed, it will not come as a crop. Imagine the situation. What trouble people should have, where they will get food from. How much trouble King Vena would have given. See, if you have kings or leaders like King Vena, then naturally all the nature will start withdrawing its facilities. And we are in first path of Kali Yuga. As Kali Yuga progress, this will happen. We are seeing now, rains have stopped. The summer is entering early. There are no water. We have abused groundwater facilities. So you see the trouble. We read in Srimad Bhagavatam, King Vena, now we are facing the trouble. So slowly earth will start hiding those things, facilities from us, and will not have. So in King Vena's time, so they put a seed, no crop will be there. What they will eat? The Prithu Maharaj comes and forces earth. Actually, earth, because Prithu is a devotee, earth is even more. That's why earth is called Prithvi. Prathu Maharaj did the sowing, did the plowing, and forced earth to give what it was hiding. We need Raja Rishis. Otherwise, suffering is for sure. So let us encourage our leaders to be Raja Rishis, and we also are controllers, in small controllers within our family, within our friendship, within our circles. So we also first we realize ourselves and then preach, start preaching. Okay. With this, I would like to conclude today's Bhagavatam class. I would like to take one or two questions. Thank you very much.
Krishna Suvinanityan Prabhu, thank you for a wonderful nectarian class. So nicely elaborated the glories of King Pratiha and also the duties as father, teacher, and also we gave a lot of examples, Janaka, Yudhishthira, and Arjuna, so many. And also we give finally example, we should not be like Vena. So wonderful, Prabhu. Now over to devotees. Any questions, comments? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
From Uttama Pada's thing, we had got Dhruva Maharaj and then Prutu Maharaj has come. They are nice people. Like that, we had the darts part is King Vena.
Correct.
In Priyavrata's this one thing, King Pratiha is, of course, even Rishabhadev is here, no Prabhu. Bharat Maharaj and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. But is there any person like Vena here also?
No, that is not described in Bhagavatam, at least. But gradually, when they degrade, then because we are here, right, in this world, and that their direction is carried out. But it is not mentioned like Vena, who is a black spot.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Very nicely explained about self-realization. That is the need of the hour.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any questions, comments? No. You have 1 or 2 minutes. You want to share? Please go ahead. Okay, so maybe one question from my side, Svinay Prabhu. So in the process, you also mentioned that we are also leaders or kings in our own positions.
Correct.
But many times I forget. I forget that as a leader, my duty is to serve, but I try to dominate. So what can help me to improve on that?
Yeah, good question, Prabhu. What happens is, see, 2 or 3 things play in that, right? One is the environment what we are in, right? That environment forces us like that. All the leaders surrounding, right, are like that. We are what we call, we tend to get influenced that much. Hey, I have position, I should utilize the facilities. Very less people are like that who are not like that. So that influence gets over us. So definitely what I would recommend is what Prabhupada recommends, what I have read is, I have heard from Maharajas is, take a menial service and start doing that regularly. If it is not allowed in your temple, go to other temples and do that menial where nobody knows you. Then actually you know your position. And you will start realizing, oh, I am not really the enjoyer, I am the enjoyed. I should be doing my duty. Many cases are there where devotees went out because they're in a position they can't do in their temples. They go to other temples or other namatas and do that service because nobody knows them and they give the menial service. That is one way of coming back to our roots. Because we are influenced and we are not fully pure, we tend to go there. But one way to come back is to look to our superiors, the Guru Parampara, what they did, and also do the menial service and forcibly do the menial service, whatever it may be. Whether in the temple which you are in, if it is not opportunity, go out to some other place and do it. I don't know, Prabhu, if I answered, but that
Thank
is.
you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That helps. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Any comments, questions? Oh, yes. Balaji Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, good, bro. Yes,
Since yesterday, I was reading Bhagavatam, that is 5.15.2, 3, 4, 5, like that. I read 3-4 times. I was not understanding how to expand, how a Bhagavata or Bhagavat can expand and give the class. I was just thinking, and I was very eager to attend the class today. But Vinay Prabhu has given a very wonderful explanation of the kings, Rajarshis, and how a self-realized person should be. So thank you so much, Prabhu, Vinay Prabhu. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thanks for your comments.
Okay. No other comments, so we'll end with the Vaishnava Pranam. Ananta Koti Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Vinay Nityanand Prabhu, for your wonderful class as well as valuable time. We'll see you again tomorrow morning, 7:15. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I'll close the meeting now.